So the Mexico City Grand Prix of 2024, a huge one for the championship and very controversial. Now I normally open these 5 things reviews, 5 things that we learned from the race reviews by saying something along those lines because it's usually applicable, and it's absolutely applicable in this one. This was so controversial and massive for the championship. So let's just dive into it, guys. 5 things that we learned from the 2024 Mexico City Grand Prix. So let's start with the start. Let's go from the main incident really of what happened off the start line. I mean, it's a very long run down into the first corner in Mexico, as we know. A very slow corner that is, preceded by a straight that even if they're setting off from a stationary start on the line, they're doing a good 180 miles an hour, 190 miles an hour going into that corner. And unfortunately, there was a pure racing incident really. Kind of sad, to be honest with you. Yuki Tsunoda, who had a really tough time in qualifying, bringing out a red flag in Q2 and preventing him and his teammate Liam Lawson getting through to Q3. Unfortunately, he was involved in this one as well. He was running around the outside of Alex Albon, and Alex Albon was being squeezed by Pierre Gasly on his inside. 3 into 2 did not go. Tsunoda made contact with Albon. Tsunoda lost one of his rear wheels, spun out into the barriers. Thankfully, he's okay. Alex Albon pulled up a little later in the lap, and we saw another safety car. Again, we go 9 races without seeing one, and then we get 2 in 2. But yeah, thankfully everybody was all right with that. But unfortunately, Albon was the meat in that sandwich and ended up, being squozed. Basically, it's just a pure racing incident. Nobody's fault. It's just one of them things, it happens. But some of this definitely was not a racing incident, though. Oh my word! Right, let's talk about Max Verstappen. But let's first start actually with how he took the lead in the first place. So Carlos Sainz obviously starting on pole position, but again, long run down into the first corner. Verstappen got a really good start as well. Put it down the inside eventually of him as Sainz, in either an effort to maintain his position or just misjudging the braking zone into the first corner. He ended up going wide onto the grass. Sainz then let Max Verstappen go past. Safety car got called. Restart eventually happened on lap 7. It was quite a long safety car period. And then, eventually Carlos Sainz got the DRS, got the run on Verstappen and got past. And Verstappen struggling with the battery at that stage. And then from there, Sainz never really looked back. A very dominant drive from Sainz to get another win. Very, very impressive. And it's kind of sad for Sainz in a sense, because it's like, well, as he put it, it's great that he got pole position and won the race, but it's showing that if he stays at Ferrari, he could well have won the championship next season, challenged for it. But unfortunately for him, he's been replaced by Sir Lewis Hamilton. But Hamilton's a pretty capable replacement, let's be honest here. Someone who is not being very capable though at the moment is Sergio Perez. Now he had an absolute nightmare weekend. He was out in Q1 in qualifying, then he lined up incorrectly in his grid spot, got a penalty for that, and he was actually showing some decent pace. He was ahead of Oscar Piastri, another driver that started way back and was trying to recover, but unfortunately I don't know what happened to Perez. It just seemed to disappear. He was the last finisher in 17th. He was absolutely nowhere. Just an awful weekend for Perez in his home race. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if Liam Lawson got points again today, which he didn't, he was well done. I think he was P16. He had a really bad day too. But some of the driving that he was doing at times, like against Liam Lawson, again, he was battling with him, really getting the elbows out to the point where if he didn't get a penalty, I'd be shocked for what he did. Someone who did get a penalty though was Max Verstappen. He got 2 of them in fact for battles with Lando Norris. And honestly, I do play devil's advocate a lot of the time when it comes to these incidents, and I'm going to do a full video on Verstappen's penalties and why he got them. But for the long and short of it, honestly guys, the best way to sum it up is that Verstappen absolutely lost his head. Lando Norris was trying to pass around the outside going into turn 4, the second braking zone. Verstappen had no intention of allowing him to do that. He ran him completely off the road, just like Perez did with Liam Lawson as well. Lando Norris rejoined ahead of Verstappen, ahead of Sainz I think as well actually, let them both go past. Well, let Sainz go past, and then Verstappen, I think he might have considered letting him go past, but Verstappen instead just chose to send it down the inside into a corner that he was never going to make. The pace that he was doing was just dangerous. He was basically going into a place where he was just like, you know what, I'm not going to let you get past at all. I'm just going to re-overtake you. And it doesn't matter whether you want to or not, I'm just going to take that. I don't care. And honestly, it's just embarrassing. It is really embarrassing. He got 2 10-second penalties for his efforts. Absolutely deserved for that. Verstappen's still probably going to win the championship. Lando Norris finished in second. Max Verstappen ended up 6th despite his penalties, but honestly, it's just terrible. It really is. I'm not going to rant about it in this because we don't have time, but he's really making a mockery of what a championship battle should be. This guy's a 3-time world champion, and he's driving like a rookie. He's driving like Pastor Maldonado. And there, I said it. He's driving like Pastor Maldonado. He really is. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I'm not going to rant too much about it because it's just so sad. It really just is so sad, genuinely, at this point. But yeah, full video coming up on that as well. That'll be out around the same time as this one is on the F1Chronicle.com. Final mention as well, the final thing we learned is that Fernando Alonso, unfortunately, his 400th Grand Prix weekend ended in disaster as well. He retired pretty early into the race. I don't know what was wrong with the car. About 10-15 laps into the race, he retired. It was really sad, to be honest, again. It's not his 400th start. It's his 400th Grand Prix weekend. I think his 400th start will be coming up in Qatar. So I'm hoping it's a much better weekend for him. He's had a podium there in the past in the Alpine, so it's definitely possible. But yeah, just a bit sad for Nando, really. You know, he had the helmet with all the the clips and stuff on, and the like the movie reel and things like that. I thought it was really cool, really nice touch. I hope he does something special for his 400th Grand Prix start as well, which is coming up soon. But yeah, I would like to see him fight for points, but unfortunately that's indicative of where Aston Martin are. They are absolutely nowhere right now. But yeah, there we go, guys. Those are the 5 things that we learned from this Grand Prix. Happy for Carlos Sainz, but man, Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, that battle is just getting worse and worse. It's getting really, really difficult to watch at times now. But that's 100% on Verstappen's fault. You know, I'm not having to go at Lando here on this one. I'm going to go at him. But yeah, video coming up on why Max Verstappen got his penalties coming up on the F1Chronicle.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. We'll see you soon, guys. Have a good one.